All right, so here we go. Welcome to Visual Media Church's first ever behind the scenes video series. Now, if you don't know what Visual Media Church is, it's exactly what it says in the name. We make visual media for churches. And over the past number of years, we've had the opportunity to capture some amazing content from around the world. And that is what our vision is to bring the beauty and majesty and awesomeness of what is out there in the world into churches to help inspire their worship services. So for the last year or so, I've really wanted to capture a behind the scenes look at what it takes to get all the Visual Media Church content. And this is gonna be the first time ever that we're actually gonna do it. We are heading out on a trip to New Zealand for 12 days to capture content. And we're gonna tell you all the stories that happened behind the camera. Instead of just showing you the final product and the amazing images that we get, we're gonna show you the journey of capturing all that footage. And hopefully there's gonna be some great stories along the way and show you exactly how much effort it takes to capture the content that you see on Visual Media Church. So here we go. So I'm just heading into the office right now, and basically we're leaving for our trip tomorrow, but we've basically got to pack 3 or 4 bags worth of gear, and yeah, just gonna head in there now, pack a day early so that tomorrow we can just kind of grab our stuff and go. So I'm gonna go in and check and see what Michael is doing, and we're gonna basically start packing all of our gear. All right, Michael, you ready to pack?
Yes.
Yeah? You ready to rock and roll?
I'm ready. We're live?
Ready to rock?
I'm ready.
We have a lot of gear. We've got 2 drones in here, a Blackmagic Pocket, a Canon 6D, an Ursa Mini, another Blackmagic Pocket, but the Micro Four Thirds version, and this one is the EF version. And then we have a whole whack of batteries, chargers, not to mention suitcases with clothes. What I always like to do is throw a tripod in a bag, so that's clothes and a tripod. What's the furthest you've ever traveled?
Somewhere in Europe. Germany, probably.
That's your furthest? How old were you when you did that trip?
8 or 9.
So are you ready for 23 hours worth of flying?
Only time will tell.
23 hours? Yeah, you ready for it?
I'm ready though.
You can't put the batteries in the drone case because they're too big to be checked.
Right.
So what I tend to do is
Fill up all the empty space.
fill up all the empty space with socks. And plus, you don't want this stuff rattling around as a baggage handler is throwing your stuff around. As we would find out late in the trip, as soon as those bags are out of your sight, things can go missing, and that's why it's always so important to keep valuable things out of the items that you check. We packed up the car, and the next day we headed to the airport for 23 hours of flying. Got it all packed up? Yeah, let's get another cart. We are at the airport, getting ready for basically 24 hours of flying. We have 5, 6, 7 bags total. Ready to roll, Michael? All right, Michael, what are you most excited for the trip?
I think being in an RV is gonna be pretty sweet.
Cool, yeah. I'm looking forward to the RV life. Fall asleep on the flight? We're good.
Power nap.
I had a seat open beside me, so that was nice. It was a pretty easy flight. Midnight for us, 9 o'clock here in LAX, and we are gonna need to sleep at some point. When we land, we have no time. All right, Michael, we just did 23 hours of flying. We're doing pretty good. We look pretty good, I think, for that much
Feeling
flying.
better than I thought.
We're finally here. We only have now 5 or 6 hours worth of driving now to go.
400 meters. Turn
Oh,
right.
that girl.
She wants us to go a different way. It feels like a lot like back home. Construction everywhere.
right, we're out here just outside of Twitzel, New Zealand. We're just starting to set up our first time lapses. We were just gonna drive past and just avoid this spot, but it's too perfect and the sun is shining in just right, and so we quickly pulled off. Michael, what do you think of the spot so far?
Beautiful.
You were making a lot of oohs and ahs as we were walking along
Yes.
here, by the way.
It looks very much like out west, back home.
Lake Bamford, okay. Alberta,
Lake
Canada.
Louise,
Alberta,
yeah.
Canada, yeah. It is very much like that. Unfortunately, there was a guy here doing something that I hate, and anybody who uses a drone should always avoid. He would just start flying his drone right in front of the camera. And so I yelled down to him, and I think I scared them a little bit because they kind of put their heads down and they walked off, and then they took off in their car. If I have my drone, I would have gone way down the coast here, about 100 to 200 feet, flown it over there. It'd be just as good of a shot, and there's no one standing over there. And so it comes down to drone etiquette. People are kind of just dummies with it. They don't respect anyone else, and they don't respect the rules or the laws or just really other tourists. So for this one, because it's so bright above, you can see that it's completely blown out in the sky. So I'm gonna shoot a video exposing for the mountain.
Yeah.
And then the time lapse is gonna be, the mountain's gonna be completely blacked out because it's so bright behind, and then we're gonna merge the images afterwards to get one perfect shot. I'm not even worrying about the sky, I'm just making sure the mountain looks exposed right. I'm gonna get 30 seconds of video, and then I'm gonna do a second shot exposing only for the sky, not worrying about the foreground, which is gonna be way too dark when compared to that bright, glowing cloud.
Right.
Because we were in such a hurry to get some shots, we did not organize this RV at all. It is actually a big time disaster right now. It is food everywhere, it's clothes everywhere, there's blankets and everything all over the place. We have lens caps everywhere. So now we gotta spend a half an hour before we shower and eat and be able to get some sleep after having traveled now for 30, what are we on right now? Closing in on 40 hours? First things first though is clean up the mess and also capture the memory cards. That's one of my rules, right? Oh, look at you, bunk bed ladder. Let's see, go up. Will you even fit? You're a tall guy.
Oh, I'll fit.
I could probably sleep it.
Could you sleep that way?
Almost.
Just your stinky feet sticking out all night.
Oh.
Oh, that's pretty nice, man. You got the window right there too.
Not a bad morning view.
And if we're annoyed with each other, I can just take the ladder away. And then you have to hop down and break your ankles. Oh, look at you. You got privacy curtains too.
You don't? You don't have them?
You said that in such an insulting way.
Wait, you don't have privacy curtains like I do?
Look at that. The good news is, though, we do have a toilet shower. Here's my bed. Quite spacious. I do not have privacy curtains like Michael, so you will have to stare at me. Yeah, you also have the flat screen. You can look out from your bed and look at the big giant flat screen we have here, the 15-inch. The 15
Yeah, but look
inch.
at your big screen.
Yeah, that's just a window. Yeah, this is the one. That's a beautiful view.
So hopefully this gives you a better idea of the amount of work it takes to create content for Visual Media Church. If you want to see more videos like this, please follow along and hit subscribe.